goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down in the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome in, race fans, to Sunday Night Racing Action. I know we're going up against it here with the actual NASCAR All-Star race, but who wants to watch that when we can watch drivers go over 190 miles an hour around here at Talladega Super Speedway with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series here in their season opener. 70 laps here around this 2.5 mile monstrosity that's going to bring these drivers to its knees. Boy, oh boy, do we have a great show in store for all y'all here tonight. So let's go ahead and get things all kicked on off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. Of course, we have to say a huge thank you to tonight's race supporters of, well, that one's not in there, but Gulf Coast Sands out here tonight. Fantastic race sponsor. Be sure to go and check them on out, as they are the premier gravel and sand and whatever other fill down there in the Gulf Coast that you can think of, where they take it by plane, train, and automobile right to your front door. So big thank you over there to Gulf Coast Sands. Of course, we also have to say thank you to our other great sponsors of DEP Graphics. Fantastic iRacing paint company over there. Be sure to go check them on out. He's got some free stuff up there. Also, you can do some specialty work for you for a reasonable charge. So be sure to head on over to DEP Graphics and get you a fancy new paint scheme here tonight. Big thank you as well to Sim Gear Central, the premier button box of, well, pretty much all of Sims, man. You can use it for iRacing, you can use it for truck sim, farm sim. I bet you can even probably program some buttons there if you play the Sims. So definitely head on over to simgearcentral.com to pick up your next button box here today. Big thank you to Track Bar Media as well. Fantastic videography and photography of in sim life as in iRacing and real life racing. Be sure to head on over to Track Bar Media to check out all their great and fantastic content. Of course, big thank you to Martin Sports here as well. If you need your logo thrown up on anything or looking to get some special racewear, head on over to Martin Sports and give them a chat and get you all suited on up and looking pretty. Because I mean, these race car drivers, that's like half the effort nowadays is making sure they look like a race car driver, and that is exactly what Martin Sports does. So thank you, Martin Sports, for sponsoring the NTRL. And of course, we can never forget about Davidson Builders, the premier builders up there in the northern New Jersey area. If you're looking to do a remodel or full-blown addition, they're the ones that you're gonna want to talk to, as they've got nothing but positive reviews over there and do absolutely fantastic work. So big thank you to Davidson Builders. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am the new reigning champion of Michigan. And I'm joined by my good friend, Mr. Alan English, up here in the booth with me. The Brewmaster got something brewing here tonight, but English, we also got something brewing out here on track. Season opener here at Talladega.
Absolutely, man. Season opener. These guys did a practice race a little while back at this track just to kind of see how everybody would work together, and here we go. Here's the result of it. All the planning that's been going into this Gen 6 league by DW and the other admins is their efforts are going to pay off here. This is going to be a killer league. I can't wait to see what these guys do here at this opening race here.
That indeed is. Down there on pit road is the former Michigan champion, Mr. Adam Turner, down there getting all the scoop and hoopla down there in the pits. And man, the Turner, this thing's turning out to be a pretty good one. Looks like almost every single pit box is full here, so this league is filled right on up.
Yeah, huge field, and congrats to you. You took the championship last night at Michigan. I've done that before. I know it's a great feeling, so enjoy it, Brown.
Oh, I will.
I'm sure you are. Yeah, a lot of these guys might not have raced together. A lot of them may have. I think we're gonna find out who's the friend and who the foe is early tonight. 70-lap race. I'm looking for somebody to get real mad and angry and maybe have some type of skirmish. That's my goal tonight. I don't know what everybody else wants to do. But nonetheless, I think we're going to see some fun racing. Talladega is always probably the premier track for the big races like this. I race in Super Speedway. It's a little crazy. Daytona's cool, but I think I really enjoy Talladega because it's wide and fun.
There's more room, yeah.
Yeah, it's just more room to maneuver somebody, and they even put them in the wall at about 190 miles an hour. So let's start with the rules tonight. 1 fast repair, 80% fuel, 3 sets of tires. That's not going to be a problem. 25 instant points, you will be disqualified. And last I checked, 122 degrees on the track, which is a little hot.
Little toasty, but nonetheless, these drivers are going to have beautiful weather down here to get this season all kicked on off. Nice and bright and sunny skies, as this race here tonight is brought to you by Gulf Coast Sands. Bringing us down to tonight's key to the race. Man, season openers, you always have to start off strong. That doesn't necessarily mean you need to pick up a win, but that definitely means you need to be driving that thing out of here. You cannot get wrecked out.
Yeah, DNFs are going to kill you here in this league, and you're going to need all the points you can get on down the road once the season gets closer to the little playoff session they're going to have. So, yeah, man, no DNFs. Definitely make sure you get that thing across the finish line here. There are going to be some guys that do get wrecked out. Unfortunately, it is the nature of racing here at Talladega, but you got to make sure it ain't you. You know what I mean? So These guys are. We're going to see who the careful guys are that like to kind of ride in the back like me and you do, Turner, here at big plate tracks, and who the guys that are going to be chasing the runs the whole race starting at the beginning. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. I don't know, some of these super speedways races, they kind of bore you to death, and then some will just be just amazingly great. I think we're gonna see a good one tonight, especially with this many cars. You can side draft, 3 wide. I think we're gonna see some pretty fun 3 wide tonight. First race of the season. This is where we get the jitters out. Might see something early. You know, I'm not trying to predict anything, but could see some action early.
Know.
No, that is true. You never know what's going to happen out here, man. It looks like it's a full 42 car field. That is absolutely massive here tonight as these drivers slowly finish up their qualifying run. Right now, 48 is Zetali sitting on top of that leaderboard. Just a minute remaining. Can anybody knock him off that spot? Well, it looks like Michael Eden finishing up his run here. Derek Welsh sitting down there in the pits. Dustin Logston out there. Looks like he's maybe trying to get on out there, but his car's kind of stalled out on pit road right now.
Yeah, I think he's going to make it with 15 seconds left here. I want to thank everybody for joining us over there in the YouTube chat. We already got 26 thumbs ups for our video. Thank y'all so much. We sure appreciate it. We got a big crowd out there. The Stubblefields are here. Josh Kelleher's here. War Dog, Nikki Short, Robert Edgerton's here saying good luck, everybody. Have fun. Sean Reese for Stub Nation as well. KW42. Winker joining us out there saying, let's go Team Plus EV. Paul Ferdiani as well saying, welcome to the season opener here, guys. Life's Awesome, pulling for Holmes in the 29. Halsey's here, pulling for the 48. Let's see. Jessica Stubblefield says Turner for president. Holy smokes. Maybe we ought to start getting these names still out of the way here.
I'll have my 3 things I'm going to run my platform for you at mid-race.
All right, well, we cannot wait for that as our field starts to get all lined up here on the starting grid. Let's go ahead and do our official field rundown here and tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here tonight. Getting us started is the 48 of Zeth Hawley up there on pole position. He just beat out the 78 of Christopher Jordan, having a pretty good qualifying effort there himself. Going to be starting up there on that outside lane. The 53, Jeremiah Burke, looking to capitalize on a fantastic starting spot here tonight, starting up there in third. The 22 of Mr. Chuck Kiger having a pretty good starting spot as well on his outside there in fourth. 27, Michael Eden had a pretty good run there. Couldn't get a little bit more time out of there, so he called it a qualifying effort, starting up in the top 5 with the 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant starting to his outside. He was racing with him over there at Michigan last night. Fantastic driver, and he's starting up there in 6th. 7th will be the 23 of the Mac Daddy himself, Mr. Mark Collins, starting up there in 7th. 8th will be the 329 of America's driver, Albert Anderson, having a pretty solid qualifying effort there inside this top 10. Rounding out your top 10 will be the 15 of Mr. Vincent Short, getting things started here in 9th with the 42 of Captain Team America over there in another league. I think he's racing for Plus EV here tonight, getting things started off in 10th.
33 car of Paul Ferdiani will start in 11th. 12th will be Scott Milner in the 31. The 25 of Lucas Lyons will start inside row number 7. Outside row number 7 will be Justin Lawson in the 17. Jed Presley in the 44 will start 15th. 16th will be our buddy Chris Klein in the 51 machine. 67 of Cubby, Nathan Stanley in 17th place to start out. 18th, Thomas Welch in the 9. And let's see, Anthony Williams in the 5 will start inside row 10. Outside row 10 will be the 99 of Michael Eskander.
Well, there you go. Let's see here. 21, Tom Wilson. He'll start 21st. 18, Josh Moore. He'll start 22nd. 32, Nick Biddy. 23rd. 73, Josh Kelleher. 24, 89, Michael Adamson. He'll start 25th. 20, Robert Edgerton. 26th, Timothy Stubblefield in that 92, fan favorite out there, 27th. 00 Joe Bennett 28th, Matt Layden. 29th, number 98, Connor Leach. And the 98 will start in 30th.
Derek Welch in the 1 will start 31st. 32nd is Brandon Coleman in the 19. The 6 of Joe David starts 33rd. 34th is the 136 machine of Chris Brown. The 29 of Jesse Holmes will start 35th. 36 will be Jeremy Stanley in the 60 car. The 38 of Dustin Logston will start 37th. 38th, Larry Dickerson in the 69. 88 of Tate Cawthorn will start 39th. 40 will be AJ Evangelista in the 005. Skylar Herod in the 3 starts 41st. And rounding out your field here, he's got his parents out there watching. Tristan Cotton in the 77. Did not take a qualifying time. Neither did, the bottom, let's see, 6 or 8 drivers there.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can go from chump to champ in no time here.
Yeah. And that is your field here from Talladega, and boy, oh boy, is it a full one. We absolutely cannot wait to get things all started off, but first we do need to take a moment and celebrate one of these drivers. The 15 of Mr. Vince Short, unfortunately, will not be able to join us tomorrow night at the Back the Blue event happening tomorrow night for the season opener of the Next Gen Cup League. So let's take a moment in time here to say a big ol' hello and talk to our good buddy in that 15 machine. As a part of that NTR racing team, we get to talk to Mr. Vince Short, who's been involved with the police officers and first responders kind of stuff for quite a while. Again, unfortunately, not going to be able to race tomorrow night with the Back the Blue event here, but man, it looks like you're sitting pretty with what is that? Is that a whole bunch of cigars, a wine rack? What do you got going by you there, buddy?
It's local. This is my badge that I wear on duty. It's out of respect for my town and my agency. I also work for Vermilion County Sheriff's Office, and then I'm also dispatcher for Lifeline helicopter transports.
Awesome. Well, we're going to miss you tomorrow night. Good luck out there today. It's Talladega. It's going to be chaos. Do y'all have any kind of plan, or y'all just kind of winging it? This is a huge field.
Try to avoid as much carnage as possible.
Well, thanks for your service there, bud, and good luck. Go ahead there, Adam. I'm sorry.
It's going to be, there will be carnage. Good luck tonight, and thank you for your service, man.
All right, man. I know they were talking about pulling Seth up, too. I believe he's got his wrap on, too, for law enforcement, if you can. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Get him back down there into the team of NTR as we get ready to buckle down and go to green flag racing. I didn't know if didn't get a message about Seth, but that's okay. As we get,
we'll pull him up later.
Yeah,
He's a pole
I'm sure we're probably going to see a caution. Of course, I'm saying that now, and then we're going to go green flag the entire way, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But nonetheless, we get things all kicked on off here with that pace car trickling on down into pit lane, and these drivers have to make a long way around this tri-oval to get things all started off. But man, oh man, are they looking good while they do it. Ollie and Jordan side by side, all lined up. The green flag is out. The fans are on their feet, and here we go. Green flag racing for the first time here tonight this season in this Num Thumbs Racing League Super Speedway Series. Side by side, they all line on up. A big gap forming up here at the front for the first couple of rows. We're going to see some people slide in and fill in those slots as the 48 gets a good run with some help from that 53 out there on out in front. The 8, Mr. Mad Max himself driving the Pepsi machine, trying to push that 78 of Christopher Jordan back up here to the front. Typically, we do see that middle to high lane get a little bit more of a run in the middle of these corners, so look for that run to slowly make its way back up to the north side of things. 329 of Albert Anderson up there as well, trying to aid in that pushing effort. Same thing with the 42, Kevin Winker, as we got a whole slew of movement here going on in the back. Looks like some people maybe trying to drop on backwards and not quite happy where they are. Other drivers maybe trying to move on up like the 67 of Cubby, he's dropped back a couple of spots, maybe not liking where he is there, sitting pretty in the middle. Also got that 99 of Michael Iskander out there as well, trying to maybe filter his way on towards the back.
Yeah, great clean start to this race here so far, and great start to the season as well. Thanks so much for being with us out there and watching tonight. We got a big crowd out here watching. Sure appreciate it, each and every one of you. The Stub Nation out here representing. Drayton Taylor's here pulling for the 29 as well. Let's see who else we got. Chris Stantz pulling for the 77, of course. Rockin' DTV saying let's go Tristan. Loads of fans for Tristan out there. Marcus Martinez pulling for the 77 as well. Brittany Colton, James Russell pulling for NTG team out there. Patrick Swells pulling for AJ in the 005. Cole Fire is here for Plus EV Racing. Wow, so many things to mention here. It's hard to get to everybody, but Daniel Pochlag did a little art for us here a while back, and
he did.
And thought we'd mention it. I don't know if we have a slide. I may be able to send you something there after a while there, Brown. Maybe a new promotion for us.
Yeah, our sponsored, not sponsor.
Yeah.
Now, you see, that's just getting confusing.
I mean,
I know,
that company does need some direction, and I think...
Well, we're the guys to pull them out of what they did to themselves. I mean, we like beer. We could probably help them.
Sure.
But they haven't asked us.
They haven't asked us yet.
Don't even start. Don't start.
Don't start the Canadian talk, eh? Hey, look at all these people that are out here tonight, though. Can you believe some of the Stubblefields are going to vote for me for president? And I'll talk about that later on. I got a whole platform I'm going to run on, guys. I think y'all will like it.
I think so, too. Speaking of liking some things, the 8 of Dylan Bryant out there up at that front. Man, that middle line has gotten a massive charge, and it has not looked on back. The first probably 5 rows. Oh, is maybe a little bit of tough contact there made between the 329 and the 42. Both drivers are going to try to shuffle their way back into some of this traffic, meaning we're going to have some 3 wide going on here. It looks like they were able to find their holes and figure some things on out, but that also left the 8 all alone up there, up at the front for quite a while, allowing that bottom line to trickle back up to the front. So the 99 of Michael Iskander out there in front, the 51 of Chris Klein giving him a big old push. How about that number 9 Mountain Dew machine, Tommy Welsh, getting on up there as well.
Anderson saying on the radio this motor blew up.
Did it really?
Wow, man.
Wow.
He's going to have to use that one fast repair that he has. My goodness, I don't understand why it blew.
The only thing I can think of is, are these things getting hot? I mean, that's the thing with these fixed setups and with how hard these guys have been pushing. You know, it's not like you can take a little bit of tape off or put some on here later in the race or anything like that. So you got to manage what you got from lap 1.
Yeah, I think the setup might be the issue. It says it's identical to Bristol Dirt Open. I don't know.
That's because you logged on with that setup loaded last time you drove that car, so it's just going to load.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, you're in here as a spectator, right? So
yeah, but I'm looking at the rules.
Mine's is
and
Daytona,
race information. Okay, when you look into race information.
Yep, mine says Daytona. So
all right, well, nonetheless,
pay no attention to that.
3 wide up front here, or all working his way to the front.
Can you imagine a Bristol setup where you'd go 200 miles an hour?
I'd love it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. Wilson, getting close right there in the 21.
Getting close as we jump on board here with the 73-0 Josh Kelleher, who may or may not have been throwing gang signs before we were going live, but he's out here shuffling his way through some of this traffic. He kind of got to split apart there just a few laps ago. Ooh, big checkup happening down through this field as well. So you can kind of see they're trying to keep things organized and in the lawless land that is the middle of the racetrack here, but nonetheless, people just kind of finding their own way as we see a big group of drivers bust on out to that outside lane. You see the 42 of Kevin Winker. He's not scared to go 3 wide here, first couple laps on in, and that's going to give him a big old run driving all the way back down to that bottom lane with some help from the 18 of Joshua Moore. I know those guys know how to work with each other quite well.
Still some great patience being shown by these drivers. Not a whole lot of real high-risk maneuvers or anything here just yet. Thanks once again, everybody out there. We're getting a lot of people commenting over there in the YouTube thing, so thank y'all so much. Patrick's saying he's never been on one of these before and watched it. He loves the presentation. Thank you so much. Glad you're enjoying the show. Lauren Stubblefield says caution shots tonight. Anyone? We may have to do that, but thank you, Chris Stance, as well. Let's see. TXMD Original saying, yo, Tristan is our baby daddy. Push the field and catch the W.
Well, talking about the 77 of Tristan Cotton out here, kind of in the back right now, but he's still got some time and some laps to work his magic to catch back on up here.
We do driver shout-outs if y'all shout them out there.
Oh, we'll read anything that's on there if y'all want to test us. Albert Anderson was being a gentleman there. He let everybody know that he was slow and he was up high. He is getting lapped for that blown engine right now.
The quickest engine replacement I've ever seen as the 329 Aflac machine drives his way on around. I can't remember if that Aflac paint job's been doing America's Driver really all that well. I know we typically run something a little bit more patriotic than that, but
Are you suggesting that drivers are superstitious?
No, not at all. It's not like I haven't changed a single pair of socks ever since I started racing.
Lord.
Oh.
Yeah. As the
3 wide here.
A little bit of 3 wide as the field kind of splits itself up again here. All happening up at the front where Kevin Winker has taken the lead as of right now. You can see here the 32, Nick Biddy, with some help from the 6 of Joe David. You can see the 99 trying to make his way on back up here. Same thing with the 73, the 51, all splitting hairs here as they're trying to figure out a way to maximize their run. But, man, it's really looking like that middle lane with these cars, Mr. English, that's the line you really want to be running, because I don't think I've seen anybody really do any other passing.
Well, I mean, it ebbs and flows. This middle to upper lane, we'll see them get great runs down the backstretch, going into turn 3, having a lot of run, and then it just fizzles out until they get back around through turn 2 again. So, I mean, it's one of those things, right? And we joke all the time about, the guy leading the last lap is usually not the guy that's going to win the race because of the way these lines run and everything. So, yeah, time will tell here. I love that they kind of went back to an older car, the old Gen 6 car. So these things really do draft well, and we're going to see it all play out here today.
Yeah, they went to the car that makes the most sense. It has, more than one lug nut. I don't know what they're doing with that new Harbor Freight thing they got going on. But so far, you're not missing anything on the All-Star race. This race is actually better. The only thing you're missing is Ricky Stenhouse crash. That seems about normal.
What?
So, surprising, right? Great race so far. These guys are keeping it together.
As we take a look out the backside here of AJ Evangelista in the 005. Trying to get this chase pack all back up to the main group. You can see the 77 Tristan Cotton back there. Same thing with the 88 of Tate Cawthorn. Skylar Harrod out there, as well as Jesse Holmes. And I think Justin Lawson is just a little bit off the pace there as well. But everybody trying their best here, trying to figure out what's going to, A, keep their car alive to the end, and B, what's going to get them back down there to victory lane, as we've been green flag racing here for 13 laps out of the 70 that we have in store for everybody here.
Angry Tacos Network here once again saying, get it, GDS squad. DSMO for life, pulling for the 9 out there to get another top 10, hopefully tonight. U.S. Aviator saying, shout out to Skylar Harrod in the 3 car. He's active duty Air Force C-130 crew chief. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, my Air Force brother. I was a maintainer as well. For cruise missiles and B-52. I never went over to the cargo side, but know a few of those crew chiefs over there. Sean Flick saying go Winker. Sloppy Jalopy pulling for AJ out there. Let's see. Chris Dance still pulling for Tristan out there. Is he making any ground? It's a long race. You got to take your time here.
Yeah, thanks for hitting the like button. Hit the subscribe, like, all that stuff. I don't know, the bells, right? It keeps the Zuckerberg guy from shadow banning us. So stay here with us and hit all those buttons. That way you can catch racing whenever we do it. 5 times a week right now, aren't we, Brown?
Yeah, 5 nights a week, and man, that ain't no joke here. As we jump into the gyro cam of the original Florida man, 00 Joe Bennett, up 22 spots on the day, but he's not your biggest mover so far. As the 17 shuffle his way on backwards through this field, he's trying to help out that 25, and you can just see how much he's modulating that throttle inside of this pack right now. There's so much air being displaced off of these guys right now that, it's no wonder that we haven't had a wreck so far.
That big banking here. I noticed that Joe doesn't turn his head like other guys. I think DW does that, doesn't he? Doesn't he turn his head when he goes into the corners?
Yeah, but he's also got the steering wheel in his sternum, so it's...
Oh, that's true.
He's probably, while he's turning the wheel, he's physically turning his body as well.
Well, I mean, we all do our own thing, right? Like,
Sure.
doesn't Dale Jr. drives a little different than everybody else, if I remember right? You gotta have your own way. I like to lean to the side. I got a pistol in one hand and a cell phone in the other, and the beer between my legs, just in case. You never know.
Just in case. You need all 3 of those on I-35. I know that.
You need it everywhere.
Patrick joining us saying shout out to AJ005 Gamers Do Good Sports Podcast. Don't suck, we're all watching you.
Nice.
Pressure is on here as we're approaching the lap 20 mark here in this race at Talladega Super Speedway. And Turner, I know these guys are running, about 70-75% fuel? That means we're starting to come up on the pit stop window, especially for these guys that have been leading the charge up here, like Kevin Winker, probably right around lap 25, you think?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. We're 80%, but that's not much difference than 75. What do you think? They'll get tires or no tires? I probably would only need tires one time, maybe, if you have to step in your second stop. Split this thing into thirds.
Oh, we got one going around.
Car around.
Yep, little crash.
Oh, that ain't no little one. That is
bigger.
Still going on. Oh, the 17 just absolutely getting bounced around for all it's worth. Justin Lawson having a terrible time out there. Thankfully, I don't think too many more people got collected, but Michael Eden did get collected in it as well, as we have our first caution of the evening, and we go back and take a look at what's going on here. Thank you to Gulf Coast Sand for the action replay sponsor. As
Blinker was involved, wasn't there? Oh, man.
Oh, Cubby looked like he was in the middle of that thing at the beginning, but
it did indeed. Let me try to find Cubby's name here in the mix. There he is. And then jump on up here to the Roto Chopper. And we get...
Cam never lies.
No. Oh, looks like the 98 in the middle of a checkup there just gets up into the back of the 67. Just not square enough in the 67 in the middle of the corner. Goes for a little bit of a ride there in the 27. Oh, and the 17 getting struck out there as well. Let's jump on over and follow the 17 of Lawson as he goes for a tumbly wreck after hard impact into that outside wall.
And I think some of the checkup was caused by
the 9 of the 9 of Tommy Welsh having a little bit of a connection issue, and that's always difficult. Racing bumper to bumper like these guys are, and oh man, the 27 M&M caramel machine of Michael Eden just nowhere to go. He gets spun about like a top.
There's nowhere to go when you're nose to tail that close and something happens. You just got to check up, do the best you can, and go where they ain't if you can.
Yeah, at that speed and that banking, it's very difficult. Here we are. These guys are going to top them off, so we won't have to worry about a green flag pit stop on this run.
We will not. It's all about who's going to get off of pit road first, and it looks like I don't know. I think Zeth Holly was able to
call.
Zeth Holly won that race coming off of pit road, but it was not by much. The 42, Kevin Winker jumping on up there as well. The 25, Lucas Lyons making up a few spots down there on pit road with a good fuel-only stop. Moving on up into third, the gambler Paul Ferdiani. He's not gambling around out here. He's picking up a full set of fuel. Coming out fourth. Fifth will be the 18, Joshua Moore. 32, Nick Biddy. In sixth, Dylan Mad Max Bryant. Seventh, 00 Joe Bennett in eighth. The 6 of Joe David in ninth, with the 21 of Tom Wilson out there in 10th. But how about that 6 of Joe David, up 24 spots here, sitting there in ninth?
Yeah, did we want to talk to Zeth Holly now that he's out of his pit box, or?
Yes, but first, well, before we do that, we have to say a big thank you to Davidson Builders, the
Title sponsor this season, yeah.
Well, the title sponsor, but not only that, but they are the yellow flag sponsor. So big thank you to Davidson Builders for sponsoring the yellow flags. I'm sure we're gonna see that pop up here throughout the season as we get ready to head on back to Green Flag Lake Racing in just a minute. But we'll talk with the Plus EV Racing 48 machine of Mr. Zeth Holly out here running pretty strong, and it looks like that middle line is kind of where you want to be out here tonight, Zeth.
Oh yeah, definitely when we're all 6 in a row, middle line's where you want to be at.
Well, talk a little bit about your paint job, and I know you got some special words out there concerning tomorrow's race here. We got the Back the Blue race tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Even though I won't be racing the next gens this year because I plan on going back to the academy again, I'm running my liveries or my department's livery tonight at Fairfield County Sheriff's Office, and I got 2 of our fallen officers down on the hood there. On the right-hand side, if I'm looking at it from my end, I got Ethan Collins. He passed away in '06 due to an automobile accident. Then on the left there, I got Chad Edwards. He also passed away in a vehicle accident May 18th, '95. So I'm running this car to honor them tonight and all the other guys that are falling in line to duty.
Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate that, and thank you for your service, and thank you for honoring them and all the other men and women we've lost. So appreciate it, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
We got Earl Evans out there in the chat with us once again tonight. Thank you so much for being here, Earl. And the caution
Earl.
shots are flowing already.
Okay, good.
Hey, well, I mean, it's just the first one. You
stuff.
can't really say it's flowing. I think it's a trickle right now. I think that's how it's going.
Well, don't put the bottle in the fridge just yet.
I think they should do every lap that's under caution.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
It's a huge track. I mean, I probably only have to do 2 or 3. Man, we got so many people out here watching tonight. I don't think a lot of these people hadn't been with us. They don't know how crazy we are. English,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to tone it down. I might scare these people off. I
We
don't.
should have done some kind of disclaimer at the beginning.
Yeah,
Like, y'all,
you're not watching just racing here. We're gonna get into some things you might not be comfortable with. Maybe. I'm gonna try to tone it down, Brown. Brown's our real professional guy. Then you got the 2 clowns, English and myself. So Brown's doing a good job tonight.
As I'm sitting here sipping on my Dr. Pepper that I may or may not have mixed some Captain Morgan in with it.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's a good Sunday drink.
It's a good Sunday drink. Gotta keep it calm. You know, you had a PGA Championship, now the NASCAR All-Star race. It's gotta keep it slow, man. Gotta keep it slow. As we get ready to get all rough and tumbly here, all once again getting side by side and all lined up to take to this green flag. Got Holly and Winker getting things all started off, except Winker, I think, has the preferred line here. So we'll see if Holly can get a great restart with some help from that 25 of Lions getting all fired on back on up. These cars are loud, but we are just a little bit louder. as they head on down into turns 1 and 2. Still side by side, no real big movers or shakers there. Didn't see too much action on that restart of people maybe trying to shuffle lanes. Everything was kept pretty well and tight. That 33 of Paul Ferdiani is not letting that 42's bumper go.
Yeah, he's not just gonna roll over here. Paul's gonna fight. Speaking of fighting, Turner, there's some people wishing you'd go out there and do some racing.
No, I can't race. I'm retired. I wouldn't want to race. I want to see the fight. I can't be involved in them anymore. I'm just a spectator. I like to watch the fights. I think I'm too old to be fighting.
Them, yeah.
Yeah, I like to start them. But isn't it crazy at a track like this where you can find yourself starting in the back and now you're up front, right? Nick Biddy's up 20. Joe Bennett's up 21. Joe David's up 25. You can literally go from the rear of the field to the front of the field in no time in Talladega. So that's another cool thing about this type of racing. And this car, I love this last gen car is what I'm calling it.
Yeah, the old Gen 6 car, man, it's not as good as the trucks in the draft, and I know people for quite a while before the next gen came out were complaining that, man, these things really don't draft that well. Well, as we got a caution here, it looks like Cubby getting involved in another one here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Larry Dickerson and Michael Eden. No, that's the last caution, I think. No, but Larry Dickerson definitely getting involved in this one. Let's go ahead and kind of see what happens here with Cubby. This is kind of in the back where the chase pack is. Ooh, I think maybe the spotter might have missed a call there for the 69, and he just kind of kept on trucking on down to that bottom lane, and ends up getting down there, down into Cubby, and then 69. I try to
69 verifying on the radio. That's what happened. His spotter never told him somebody was there, and it came on down, apologizing on the radio. Larry Dickerson, 69.
And when he came back up on the track, smacking into that 27 of Eden, who thankfully at least able to keep it up into the wall and not cause any more severe damage there. But unfortunately, that's gonna be some more repairs for the 27 machine, as we have ourselves another caution.
Well, and what this does, Adam, this, when you have a caution like this, it just stacks everybody back up, and cautions breed more shots. I mean cautions.
Well, it can. It's Talladega. It's kind of like a crapshoot. It's like shooting dice in Waco when you're at Talladega.
Yeah.
It doesn't really apply, I don't think. It just, it got a little squirrely there. I think he had a spotter issue. And looking at Dickerson's car, it was already banged up. I don't know if he had some previous problems, but you know what? I think we're still going to see some green flag stuff here. 23 laps in. Probably, what is that, 47 to go? I'm not good at math. I don't know.
I know.
But I think we hadn't even seen the best of it yet. We've seen some good racing, and it's gonna it just ramps up, right? You call it ramping up the aggression the longer we sit here and watch this stuff. So far, it's good, and I just can't believe all these people are here visiting with us, and pretty exciting. They got better things to do, but they're here with us, so we thank y'all for that.
That's right. We sure appreciate all y'all. AAA broadcasting. We hadn't been around for very long, but tell you what, we've got some followers that stuck around, and
it feels like a long time. Well, some of them
enjoy the hell out of it.
Want to know my presidential platform.
Hold on, we ain't at halfway yet here, bud. So hold on.
Oh, I gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
Man, I'm trying to get some constituents.
Well, speaking of getting some constituents, let's get another driver up here into the booth.
Oh.
How about the number 3, Skylar Herod, up 20 positions back there in 21st, so he's already made up a good chunk of this field here tonight, Skylar. First of all, thank you for joining us over here on the driver camera. I know the people at home absolutely love to see it, but you've also been kind of fighting your way back up through this field slowly but surely. Is this just a game for survival for you and your team over there at the I gotta remember, you got a whole bunch of the LTC GDS racing team?
Correct. Yeah, that's kind of just our game plan right now. Kind of let everybody wreck out, trying to avoid the big ones, and just eventually fight our way to the top. And about 10 laps to go, we'll start pushing hard and see if we can get the top 5 with the team. But yeah, right now we're just kind of relaxing, chilling, seeing what everybody's doing, and kind of letting them do their thing. But it's all part of the plan.
Thanks for your service, my fellow Air Force brother. I understand you're a C-130 crew chief. So you have to deal with officers breaking your planes all the time. So
yeah, they drive them and break them, and we suffer and fix them.
That's right.
Well, thank you for your service to our country, and I love what your idea, because English and I used to race, and at a race like this,
your support.
We'd be in the back of the field too, and trying to just hanging out midfield, back of the field, and wait to attack later on in the race. So, good luck to you the rest of this thing.
No, I appreciate it.
We'll get him back down there with his team, and as we get everybody all stacked side by side here, once again ready to take to the green flag for one of the kind of quickie cautions that we got here. That's one of the beautiful things that iRacing does. It does listen to all the people on its platform who complain and say, "Man, we don't need to be doing 5 laps at Daytona or Talladega or anything like this. Shorten them up. Just do 2 or 3. That's it. That's all we need. We don't want to be pacing here forever." And that's exactly what we get here. So a nice, quick little caution, and we're going to get right back on out here to racing as the 42 of Winker. Well, he hates that blue cone, but looks like Cale Turbeville played a trick on him and super glued that thing down onto the racetrack.
Must have. Lauren Stubblefield says, "Let's see the Stubb Nation car." We'll get around to seeing old Stubbs here in just a few.
We can. They're going down the backstretch. We can take a look here at
we got some time.
At the 92 machine, all decked out in the black and yellow stripes. I mean, that thing's looking
awesome.
Pretty slick. You can see the 15 of Vince Short right there. Can be starting right around him as well.
77 getting some more shout outs out there. Tristan Cotton in that 77 car worked his way up. He started in the back, you remember, 42nd position. Is currently 26th. Still on that lead lap, working his way up through the field here. Got the 13th row on the restart here.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch of movers and shakers here tonight, and we got more yet to come as we're not even quite halfway, about 10 more laps, and we'll reach that halfway point here this evening as the lights on the pace car are off, and we get ready to head on back to this green flag racing.
See how long they can stay clean out here, fellas. Cautions breeding more cautions as they approach the restart zone here on the other side of the tri-oval.
Indeed, as the green flag is waving, and away we go once again. That 33 machine of Ferdiani giving a big old push to that 42. The 48 is Seth Holly on the outside lane, getting some help from that 25 of Lucas Lyons. The 32, Nick Biddy, he's trying not to waste too much time up there in that middle lane. He's trying to figure out a way to drop on down, which he does. And now look at that. That's a whole bunch of Team EV drivers up there all racing nose to tail. Winker, Ferdiani, and Holly. And Lyons. Lyons is part of that team as well. So Team Plus EV is looking fantastic here tonight.
They're definitely working together, and you're going to have to work together. And if you don't have a teammate near you, you're going to have to find a friend here at Talladega at some point near the end of this thing.
'27 coming down into the pits here. Announcing it on the radio.
I wonder if he did he have a penalty?
I don't see one.
I don't see a black flag.
Maybe he still has some damage there, and he's just going to be a little bit too off pace. So might as well get it done now, so that way he can get as quickly back up to speed as he possibly can. As the 44 Jed Presley trying to shuffle his way up through this field. It looks like we're going 3 wide here in the middle. Oh, people diving on down into that bottom apron. That's the Robert Edgerton having a little bit of an issue down there. He's gonna try to get back up on track, but not in time before the corner comes on up. And He ends up losing a good chunk of positions and a good chunk of speed. He's going to have to work really hard to catch back up to the main pack draft now.
Yeah, and if I would have had more time while I was up in Nashville, I would have got a hold of some of the Stubblefields and went and seen them or have to eat or something. But we were so busy while we were there, conference and stuff.
You
One
were
of these
working,
days.
you were playing.
Man, I tell you what, it felt like work.
It was working and playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Man, 3 wide and some spots up there. I mean, it's amazing how many cars we have out here on this field. In this field,
I love the big field,
huge.
and look, a lot of leagues. Let's not kid ourselves. A lot of leagues try to get giant car counts, and it ends up being a disaster. They don't run any green flag laps. Not here. I mean, this has been some great racing out here. Only a couple of cautions in here so far. And
Yeah. Numb
as you
Thumbs
say-
Racing League Super Speedway Series.
Jessica saying there's a lot of work being in Nashville. Yeah, it's trying to get around. I thought I was in New York City or something. I didn't realize how big that town is. And we were at the CBC conference, and there was also at the same time there was a Taylor Swift concert going on, so you couldn't get an Uber you couldn't get an Uber anywhere. I mean, they were just busy.
You knew she was part of the Illuminati, right? But you didn't get caught up in that, did you?
What?
No, I was just talking about the race
I
here.
thought it was like Voldemort. You couldn't say it because
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean what I just
Okay.
said. I thought I said something else.
no, I don't know.
I was just talking about the race, Brown. The race is
You're gonna
good.
anger the Swifties.
Meanwhile, at the 42, the 33, the 48, and the 25 all lined up, man. That middle lane, man, that's just overpowered. That's where these drivers just want to be here tonight. Are all lined up, nose to tail. Meanwhile, we also have a poll question out there, and man, we've had this idea running in our heads for quite a while, and we've been thinking maybe do a charity race coming up in October. Do you fans out there want to see the ladies behind the drivers of these fantastic leads have their own little race come on up?
Well, our local tracks used to call that the powder puff race. You remember where the driver's spouses would race the cars,
Yep.
and it was a lot of fun to watch too. So I had to set something up, but it'd have to be across probably multiple leagues. And
Oh,
is that
absolutely.
kind of how we thought that
Yeah,
might
yeah.
work?
Oh, I mean, we'd
Just to
open
get a
it.
good car
We'd open
count.
it up to
Not
quite a
everybody
few.
be willing to do it.
It's absolutely.
The Trister getting some shout outs out there. Let's say, does that say Tracy Cotton? I think 1197 saying let's go Trister. Oh, we got more votes on the Trister. We're gonna have to show that 77 car at some point here to satisfy the fans. Maybe.
Well, he's back here in a little bit of a chase
Good
pack
view.
that they got going on, being led by the 29 of Jesse Holmes, Skylar Herod, AJ Evangelista, Tristan Cotton, Tate Cawthorn. They're all working together, and just so happens, I believe they're all pretty much teammates. So the LTC GTS guys all sticking together here, kind of like what we talked about during the caution with one of their drivers there in Skylar Herod. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the race until it's go time, and then it's go time.
Yeah, so there's some great pushing going on here too. I'm seeing the 6 push the 22, doing one heck of a job, and then then the run fizzles out, and then you got to worry about your engine overheating. It's crazy, especially when it's this hot. And Adam, it looks like the track temp is still 120 degrees, even though the ambient air temperature is only 78. How does this affect these guys? Like, when they're coming out of the pits, getting back onto the track, I don't know if we'll see green flag pit stops here, but we don't worry about tires a lot at Talladega until you're having to fully accelerate coming out of the pits on a flat apron.
Yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. You're going to need tires at some point, especially, I mean, your tires are basically melting they're spinning so fast for one, and then the concrete is so hot. So I would probably want an extra set of tires, or to save one for the end. See if that can help you get a little bit more grip. But it's not a huge factor here. No, I just kept thinking about the last thing you said was Taylor Swift and Nashville. I just got real confused.
I wanted to follow up on, Lauren says, Loveless Cafe's where you got to eat. We found this place called Martin's Barbecue Joint right behind our hotel. Lots of craft beer on tap. Some of the best pulled pork I've ever had in my life. Their wings are to die for as well. Martin's Barbecue Joint in Nashville. If you're up there, holy smokes. That place it's hidden.
Did they pay you? I mean, wow.
Hell no, but I ate there 2 days in a row. It was awesome.
It's because you were forced. You couldn't go anywhere else.
Man, I wish that we had a place like that here.
Well, the people have spoken 100% saying, yeah, we need to do one of these powder puff races. So I guess we better get on that there, Mr. Ennis. We don't want to.
We're doing it. I can't wait.
We don't want to disappoint the people.
TXMD Original says barbecue doesn't even exist outside of Texas.
Agree. I agree.
Tell you what.
Get down to Lockhart. Down to Lulu. Yeah, I agree with you. You're right.
Floresville.
Yeah. But I don't say that. I try to keep it because I like the people of the country. I can't say that, but you did.
Well,
and I kind of agree with them.
I've even tried some of that Carolina stuff that they do, which is out there, and the Alabama white sauce stuff.
I like the sauce. I mean, it's something different. Doesn't feel like it belongs on, like a rib or anything.
Things, though, yeah.
But I'm willing to try.
I love me some brisket. Oh, ground pepper encrusted brisket. I could eat one right now.
Well, maybe you can have a chance to do so as we're about halfway here through this race. Kevin Winker, Paul Ferdiani up at the front. A whole bunch of two wide going on right behind them. While we got some good green flag action going on right now, we're just going to step aside for just a quick second and have a big thank you to our great sponsors here. But when we come back, we're going to come back with the second half of this race all uninterrupted and have some fantastic finishes for all these people back out there at home. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Well, we come back a little early as we got ourselves a caution here in the back of the field. Let's go ahead and kind of take a look at what happened. The 69 and the 17 bumping and grinding. Oh, the 69 just snags the 17's back bumper a little off kilter, sending the 17 on around back down across into that 69 machine. And both drivers, oh my goodness. Who's that? Is that Cubby up there in that? Is that the 67 trying to sneak on by? Yes, it is. And he just barely squeaks on by as the couple cars here are just kind of spinning. Really no hard contact other than between each other. So everything's going to play out okay. But nonetheless, these drivers now getting some freebie pit stops back underway. And we get all ready to get back to some green flag action here.
I mean, what's your plan here on the pit stop there, Adam? Just come in and fill her with Ethel, as they used to say back in the day, and just get back out there with a full tank of fuel?
I would, but I just saw Coleman got some tires. He's a little banged up. There's some guys getting tires. I mean, if you're in the back of the field, why not? Just get some tires. Vince Short's getting tires. Sure, yeah. It doesn't matter.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have some sort of wheel damage, it won't fix that wheel damage unless you change tires. Is that right? I know that used to be the case. I'm not sure it's still like that.
I don't know. That's an iRacing question. Yeah. We need to ask the executives of iRacing if they'd ever, let us be a part of the fun.
Well, they're not here.
We always threaten to go over to, where are they in? Boston? Go down there and demand a meeting with them about some things we want done. But iRacing does. They do a lot of cool stuff. iRacing is really a great platform for racing for relatively cheap. I mean, it simulates real life racing here, and without having to buy sheet metal. So I know the guys love it. I know even the NASCAR guys love this stuff. So glad that everybody's out here watching this today.
Oh, most definitely. Indeed. And meanwhile, while we are here under caution for just a couple more laps, what are your guys' picks here already? We're about halfway through this thing. Who's out there running that you're really liking what you see, and who do you think's going to pick up the big old W here tonight?
I mean, I got a couple sleepers in mind. I like Derek Welch's chances. The boss man in the one machine, up 24 spots, currently in 7th. Hates restrictor plate racing. Hates super speedway racing, but he's good at it. So look for the one to make something here happen late. And also Connor Leach in the 98, up 21 spots. So I'm watching the one, I'm watching the 98, and I don't know, man. Even Double O Joe's having a career.
Well, I'll give you mine, and I know he's great at this. The 329 America's Driver. Albert Anderson.
Okay, Anderson.
He's sitting 37th right now. He was leading this thing until he blew that engine, or was in second place when he blew it. So he knows how to get up there and maneuver through the field. I'm going to call him like the underdogs of the night. I think he can do it, though. I got faith in him.
That's a pretty good choice there yourself. But how about this guy, the number 9 of the other Welch, Mr. Tommy Welch, in that Mountain Dew Xbox machine. He's been riding along here pretty well, pretty much staying inside of this top 10 all race. Can't say that he's up a whole bunch of spots. I mean, he started in 18th. He's now up to 10th. But I got a feeling that 9 machine's going to show us something here tonight.
Well, we got some picks from the audience out there as well. Drayton Taylor says the 29 of Holmes is going to win this. No shot for anybody else. I mean, it's a given. Nicole Scafidi saying, "Let's go, Kevin." #Winker Nation. So he's got some guys to pull for out there. Let's see, Stub Nation. Sean Reese said it's going to be Tim Stubblefield out there. It's like Larry Dick.
She wants my speech.
Oh, your stump speech?
Yeah.
Have you filed your paperwork for the election
yet?
No,
I want to see how it goes tonight. I might. Okay. Real quick, Brown, I won't take up any of your time since they want to hear it. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Jeff Bezos will all be taxed at 99.98%. Okay, that'll be number 1.
Well, what are you going to do with the money, though?
Oh, we're going to spread it out to the rest of us. We're going to have fun with that.
Just the iRacing audiences, though.
Yeah, our friends. You know how they do it in Washington. Just to your friends, your cronies. We're going to open up the alien files and the JFK thing. We're going to open that up. It's going to be free for everybody to see. And then we're going to rename the Texans back to the Oilers.
Oh, I love that.
That's my number one.
You're about to piss off all the Stub Nation for that one.
Here we go. Thanks, Brown.
As we watch our concurrent viewers from 51 drop down to 1 as we get ready to go back to green flag racing here. We'll let that one sit and stew here for just a second as we head on down there and let these cars do the talking and crank it on up. Fired up and running at that 7,000 RPMs that we all know and love. Out in front is the 42 of Kevin Winker, the 33 Paul Ferdiani, and the 18 of Joshua Moore, all working together here on that bottom side. Same thing with that 48 of Zeth Holly, but look at the outside lane. They all drop down. Now here comes the 6 of Joe David getting a big old push up there, as well as the 98 of Connor Leach trying to push his way on up here, up to the front. The lone Canadian Connor Leach, I should say. So he's representing Canada out here this evening. You also got Lucas Lyons, Tom Wilson, Double O Joe, and Nick Biddy all fighting up inside of this top 10 as well. Just outside of it, the 67 of Nathan Stanley, who's unfortunately been caught up in a few of these little incidents that we've had. We also got the 005 AJ Evangelista trying to lead the 1 and the 60, except that one I think is the 136 of Mr. Chris Brown out here trying to catch back on up. Same thing with the rest of that chase pack. You can see Scott Milner in the 31 machine dragging that 51 of Chris Klein back up here as well. Dustin Logston, Robert Edgerton, you got Jed Presley, Albert Anderson, Mike Adamson, Tristan Cotton, Dylan Bryant. So we got a whole bunch of talent still left back here inside of this.
Big car, big wreck. 32 on his roof. Still on his roof. Still on his roof. Holy smokes. That's some Ricky Bobby crap right there.
Yeah, it is. Or Newman. Remember when Newman had that big crash?
Jeez.
At Daytona? Yeah, that was ugly. Have to rewatch that one, Brown, and see what happened.
Nick Biddy's dizzy.
Nick Biddy needs a ambulance.
He needs he needs a hearse. Oh goodness.
Let's kind of see what happened. Oh, we were kind of 3 wide there. Maybe another missed call here by the iRacing spotters. The 21 was kind of up to the outside here. Let's go ahead, jump on up to our chopper camera, see what happens. 21.
Wilson claimed it there.
Yeah, it looks like he might have gotten that clear call from the spotter and just kind of started trickling on down. Bumper just still not quite clear, spinning that 32 on around. Everyone, for the most part, maintaining their straightness here, other than the 32 machine, who gets turtled, and not only does he get turtled, but he goes for about a quarter-mile ride down there on his roof.
Yeah, that was a lot of spinning. Definitely, if you're in the VR headset like some of these guys, I don't know.
Close your eyes.
Are there any of the racers tonight that we know of in VR?
Yeah.
Seth Hawley
one
is.
of them
I know
was
that.
on- Yep.
Is he? Oh my goodness.
That sheriff's car out there.
And of course, he's underneath the asphalt there, so the camera just goes black, and you can just see out the front hood what it looks like until they get that fast repair up and running for that 32 a bitty. Not a lot of car
Sweet.
left.
Look at the sparks and everything. Holy smokes.
You're almost telling me
Yeah.
that it looked like a real wreck there, Mr. English.
Yeah, it did. Jessica Stubblefield asked, did we ever figure out what happened to Albert's engine? I did not hear anything. I didn't roll the footage back and look at his temperature gauges or anything. I don't know if it was a temp related issue or if he missed a shift. I mean, that has happened. We've had, but oh man, they were running under race speed. It should have been a shifting thing. I don't know. We may have to get with Albert after this.
Yeah, we'll definitely find on out when everyone comes back on out of the pits. Looks like everyone, for the most part, coming on down for their final pit stops of this race, as we're going to be under 25 laps left to go out here. Scott Milner electing to stay on out. Same thing with the 20 of Robert Egerton out there in the 20 machine. So they're all moving up quite a few spots and trying to maybe get a little bit of a jump on these guys back here. Of course, yeah, it's starting to get into that strategy time, and 39, 40, going to 70, trying to make it last 30 laps, plus some cautions. It's going to be a little close.
We've got 37 cars still on the lead lap. These guys are running it better than the NASCAR drivers on TV. I mean, this is awesome. This is what I love to see our leagues do. And None Thumbs Racing League got it going on here tonight with the Super Speedway League. Only 3 drivers have disconnected. Let's see. We got Michael Eden. Jeremiah Burke had some connection issues. Let's see, Larry Dickerson also one of the latest to disconnect, and saying, "Wow, this is just kind of wasting my time tonight." So,
how's it going, boys?
It's going good,
Yes.
as we're joined by the ever-friendly America's driver, driving the 329 here tonight. And Albert, everyone was wondering, what went on with that engine there, buddy?
Well, it's a Toyota, so you know,
effective.
yeah. If I'd have been in a Chevrolet, maybe it wouldn't have blown up. But you know, it blew up. It happens. Wasn't paying close attention to the pressures and the temperatures, rather, and it grenaded on me. Went 2 laps down. Now I'm back on the lead lap, and we'll see what happens here.
Well, good luck out there, buddy. Keep it clean. Out of fast repairs. I don't think the wrecking and stuff is over with.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot more wrecks. You know, everything's going to amp up here. We're running out of laps, and people are going to start getting desperate. So I think it's getting ready to be about, you know, real exciting. So don't go nowhere and stay tuned.
Oh, we got a lot of people out here watching. Staying tuned. Good luck to you. Why are you driving one of those foreign vehicles if you like the Chevrolet? That's what I'm worried about there, Albert.
Well, you know, I figured I'd mix it up a little bit and try this Toyota. And I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I didn't get any warnings or any indications that it was going to blow up. It just grenaded out of nowhere. So, you know, maybe next time I'll be in a Chevrolet, I'm going to have to go talk to the Chevrolet guys and see if they can do some sponsoring.
Well, man, definitely. Yeah. Good luck with that one. Still some work ahead of you here, starting inside that top 20 thereabouts, man. Good luck, and hopefully we'll talk to you all later on.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Get him back.
Patrick asking over in the chat if what's the split between first and 37th place. Once these guys get up to speed, it'll only be a couple of seconds. It's going to be pretty wild once they get running up there quick. Sorry about that, Brian.
No, you're good. I mean, as of right now, in pacing, I mean, it's 6.5. So I mean that just tells you, you know, at 190 miles an hour, and that's going to just get closer Oh man, that's just whew. That's a lot of traffic in a small amount of time. Almost like that Katy Freeway down there in Houston there, Mr. Turner.
Oh, yeah.
Katy Freeway.
Dangerous.
Indeed, as the pace car peels on off, coming on down into pit road as we get ready to head on back to the green flag. Again, got the 31 and the 20 staying on out here. So a bold strategy call indeed here, Cotton, as we get ready to head on back to this green flag racing. And here we go. Once again, getting it all fired on up. That 31 and the 20 side by side. A little bit of help coming at them from behind them. The 98 giving them a push. Same thing with the 6 of Joe David giving them a push. They did come on down that last time around, so we'll see how much those guys are going to be willing to help these guys that did not pit. The 1 of DW is up there as well as Mac Daddy. Mark Collins sitting up there as well. 33 Paul Ferdiani trying to help his team of Plus EV to get back up here into the mix. And as man, everybody starts to all tighten on up. A whole bunch of people trying to make it 3 wide out here. You can see there Albert Anderson, one of the, we just talked to him, he ain't sitting back taking this one easy. He's jumping on out. Looks like he's going to have a taker there with him, with Dylan Bryant in that 8 machine trying to get that far outside line run. And we got ourselves a caution.
I didn't see where the trouble on the racetrack was that time.
Looked like it
My
was
camera did not change.
looks like it was Jed Presley and Matt Layton having a mixing of some words maybe down there. Oh, yeah, the 38 just comes on down and just smacks into the 44 there. And the 72 trying to do his best to check up, ends up maybe locking up the brakes a little bit and goes for a wild tumble himself, hard up into that outside wall.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out who's claiming that crash.
Yeah, there was a car inside another car. I mean, it was pretty glitchy looking right there. I'm not saying the wreck wouldn't have occurred. I think there still would have been a wreck there, but
Oh, there absolutely was.
High racing glitching going on too. We're wide right there for a second.
And definitely not what you want to see here at Talladega, especially going into some of these corners as we get everybody all lined back on up here and ready to close in on the final 20 laps here tonight. Let's throw up another poll. Will we see...
Well, I love polls.
I know. Will we see a green-white checker finish here tonight? Go ahead, get your votes all up in there and in.
Just about guarantee that.
I just gotta say English. I know you're always...
I won't.
You're always getting into it.
Oh, yeah. I voted yes on that thing. I know Adam thinks I don't get a vote, but this is a democratic republic, and I get a vote.
It
Can't take my vote away.
Doesn't really count. I mean, you can have it. If you want to go into that.
Please no.
Yeah, I'll
That was
spare
20
everyone.
laps ago.
I'll spare everyone.
Well,
I'm
how
wondering-
about this race, guys? If the rest of the season is like race number 1, even the practice race we had last week was outstanding. Man, this is gonna be a blast. Sunday nights might be my favorite.
You're not supposed to have a favorite.
My favorite weekend race.
What's like the only one?
They don't have to all know all that.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Too much detail. Read between my lines there.
It's hard.
Yeah, TXMD Original says, Tristan, you need to go faster, bud. Find the extra gear in that car. That's 77. Y'all probably got some additional horsepower in that thing, maybe. I don't know. TXMD Original, did you tell Tristan about where the special switch is? You know, where you can maybe throw a little something extra down the carb? Are these carbureted? I think, no, these are fuel injected. Chris Stantz telling the 77, "Get to the chopper." Remember Adam Predator? Come on now.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean,
Oh, okay.
who couldn't? That was when Alyssa Milano wasn't crazy.
She wasn't in that.
I think she was.
That was Commando.
Oh,
When she was a little kid.
yeah.
Commando. That was Commando.
Okay.
Crazy ass.
Either way. Either way, she wasn't insane at that point in her life.
Oh God.
I mean, you bring it up, you're gonna get an opinion. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry.
I didn't bring up Commando. Oh, I quit.
I
Nice
got
knowing
confused. I got confused. Sorry.
Katie Klein pulling for Chris Klein out there, saying, "Come on, Chris, get it together." He's TXMD Original says the cheater switch that he installed in the 77's car is next to the fallopian tube behind the flux capacitor. So if you know how these Gen 6 cars are laid out, that's where it is. Where the last place a tech inspector would look. Oh mercy.
I mean, I'd really hope a tech inspector ain't looking, but nonetheless, we get ready to go back to the green flag here as the lights on the pace card turn on off. The 31 Scott Milner with the 6 Joe David getting things started on off. How about that 6 machine up 31 spots on the day to start up here in second? You see Mark Collins back here. Same thing with Kevin Winker, Josh Moore, Robert Egerton. You got the 33 of Ferdiani, the 1 of DW, the 98 Connor Leach, and the 48 of Zeth Hawley getting things all started on off here. It looks like the 9 of Tommy Welch having some connection issues here and starting to blink a little bit. Same thing. Oh man, right in front of the. Looks like that's the 18 of Joshua Moore having some technical issues as well.
Yeah, they're telling him to get down and let the field by. He's blinking terribly.
You can barely see him. You might as well put that thing in the pits.
That Muhleberger Custom Homes machine is having trouble maintaining contact with the internet here.
And indeed, as here we go, getting all lined on up and ready to head on back to take on to this green flag. Gonna see some fantastic racing here as they're coming to the line. 18 laps left remaining. As soon as they cross that line with the green flag waving, back to side-by-side racing action we go. Everybody all in the shuffle and bustle. 6 and the 31, though, still side by side. The 42 giving a mega push here to the 6 in that middle outside lane there. The 20 machine getting on up there. Same thing with the 1, giving one heck of a push here for that 6. He's all out in front. He could dive down there if he wants to, but if he's smart, he's going to stay there in the middle. But the 42 is going all the way up to the far outside lane. Kind of forces the 6 to make the move on down into that bottom lane. Oh, the 31 gets checked up. The 33 does as well. He drifts onto the apron. No. Big check up in the middle of the field.
Big wreck.
Oh, goodness.
Albert's
big
upside down.
Behind Paul Ferdiani, that's where it happened. Said the 329?
Yeah, Albert. Something happened to him there.
Yeah, it was a checkup that just rocketed its way back through the field. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Albert ended up upside down and in the fence as it looked like, Cubby was trying to drift up to avoid the contact, and there was a little bit, it started off as netcode, but there was going to be caution there with the vehicle to his outside. And of course, Anderson really nowhere else he could have gone. He was already up against the wall as it was. He goes for a flip and a tumble. Unfortunately.
Well, there we go. Another shot.
So unfortunately for the 329, he's out of fast repairs, and he's probably going to be calling it a night back here. Looks like the 77.
They're going to have to fix all that fence too.
Oh yeah, that they are. 77, Tristan Cotton, unfortunately, getting snagged up in it as well. He was trying to get checked on up and ends up going for a tumble.
Yeah, Tristan came in there. I don't think he remembered where the brake pedal was there for a second, but that damage could have been worse on that Camaro, but we'll use the fast repair for sure. He just didn't have time to react.
No.
Seeing it in full speed there on the replay,
You heard him.
he didn't have time to hit the brake pedal.
He had, you could hear it. He got off the pedals, just he couldn't get to the brake in time.
Jeez, here's him for his view here. Holy smokes. Night. Wild ride for the 77 there.
Yeah, well, we got some people, in and out of the pits, and I know some of it's for strategy, some of it's for, damage. Either way, what are we, 15 laps away from this thing?
Right there about as we close our poll, and got about 86% of you saying yes, with 13% saying no out of 15 votes. So interesting spread on the people out there.
Yeah, Brittany Cotton on there saying, yeah, no time to react at all. Yeah. I can make a judgment call looking in slow motion, like, oh man, why didn't he slow down? Then you play it back full speed, you're like, oh hell, he had no time there. Well, hopefully he can get that thing fixed up and get back out there and salvage some positions here. He will still be on the lead lap, I believe. So him and AJ Evangelista will start kind of in the back on the lead lap. Marcus Martinez saying it's all good, bro. I'm proud of you, number 77. You hung in there. But how are your drivers doing, guys? I mean, Kevin Winker's pretty much dominating this thing. Robert Edgerton up there as well. Joe David, one of the best pushers out there as well, is in third. Where do you want to be?
Well, the way this is going on, I want to be in that second spot in the outside lane here, Mr. English. I've got a feeling if this thing goes green to the end, that's where I'm going to want to be.
That's where Welch is going to restart here, Adam. You kind of concur there? You want to kind of be on the outside, not in the front row here?
Yeah, I think you're good all the way up to probably the top 10 or 12 as this thing, winds itself down. Where were you when you won this race? Didn't you win it here, or was it Daytona?
No, I won here at Talladega. The only money race I ever did over at the first league
but you were like in 8th place going into the corner or something like that?
I think it was, something like that, 7th or 8th. Flew to the outside line, trying to dodge all the carnage that was happening, sliding down towards the infield. And didn't know I won the race until I pulled it up in the little relative box, the black box in the corner. I'm like, holy crap, I think I won. So my money race winning percentage is 100%. Just so you know.
Yeah. Well, look at the fancy
look at the
driver
fancy
pants
ball.
on you. Yeah.
Look at the fancy
Well, you're
ball.
so good at this. I know. I've been told. Brown actually did win a race last night. You're talking about stuff happened years ago.
Yeah, you slaps. Isn't that what you always say, Turner? You slaps?
Well, yeah, I use that every once in a while. I got a lot of sayings. I've got a lot of years behind me,
Yeah, you got a lot of years and a whole lot of wrecked teammates.
Well,
True.
Yeah, they reckon me.
That one time at Pocono, you never let me forget it. Earl Evans joining us over there in the Facebook chat. The YouTube chat saying, just finished a load from Dallas to San Antonio in ATS, American Truck Simulator. Numb Thumbs Gaming has NTG Trucking over there. It's a virtual trucking company. It's a lot of fun. We're members of it as well. Haven't been on there a whole lot lately. Been a little busy, but it's a lot of fun. Earl says he wants to be inside row of a about the third row back on the inside column. That's where he wants to go.
I had to reread the first thing he said. I didn't understand that Dallas to San Antonio.
He's on
That
35. We were talking about I-35, how you got to have a
Yeah,
pistol wave out the window when people don't
yeah,
get
I know,
away.
but I don't know what he was doing out there. He might have picked something up and brought it to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Dropped her off. Here we go.
Well,
Check up.
speaking of speaking of pistols being waved out the window, here we go. The final 14 laps of this race. As we got the 42 and the 20 getting things all started off side by side. Looks like the 6 is going to do his best to get a good run and get back on up to that 42. Oh, and he does a fantastic restart here for that 42 with the 6, giving him a little bit of that push. The 42 bumps up to the outside, realizes, man, those guys ain't up to speed just yet, jumps back down low. Expect the 42 once when that middle lane starts really getting going here. As the 6 maybe starts to leak to the outside, the 42 is going to go with him here as the race in action behind him goes side by side. The 6 now diving back down low, the 20 up to the far outside lane as here comes a whole team rumbling and bumbling their way up to the front. The 48 leading that charge as we go 3 wide racing for the lead.
The outside line is really making some ground here, but I think you're going to see them fizzle out. They're led by Zeth Hawley right now, but as soon as they get to the other side of the track, they're going to lose some ground.
Yeah, I
Good
think it's
effort, though.
a little early for that third line, but who am
Yeah,
I to tell you?
maybe.
I don't know.
Oh no, it seems like they're still making up some spots as here comes the 19 up to the middle. Same thing with the 6 and the 31. Oh man, it is just an absolute scatter shot out here up in front of this field as 3 lanes getting fully established. 1, 2, 3,
Oh my
4,
God.
5, 6 rows, 7 rows deep.
This is incredible. Look at how many rows there are 3 wide.
The top line just took over.
Oh,
the
and there we go.
bottom line.
This one's
Here we
going to
go,
be the
big
big
one.
one.
Uh-oh.
Oh
It is
man.
the big one.
3, the 27. There's just too many to count as everybody getting all snagged up in that one.
Everybody passed about 5th place, I think. Good night. Kevin Winker involved in that as well. A lot of damage. 42. Jeez. The 20 went for a flight there.
Ooh, sure did. Tristan is saying he's sorry.
Yeah, he's apologizing to the driver of the 90, I believe.
Sweet.
Somebody-
Head on up
something.
into our chopper camera to really try to get a good look at how this one started. The 9, the 31, maybe a little bit of a bump there from the 9, getting that 31 a little squirrely. Maybe this is just speculation, of course. It's
Like Jesse Holmes.
yeah, 31 gets
And
up into the 20, and then the 20 gets up into the 3, and then that's game over, folks. Once when that car passes that 45-degree mark, oh, you're just along for the ride, and that is exactly what happened here to the 3. Oh man, that one's gonna be tough to watch. Oh my goodness.
A couple of more drivers disconnect there after that last big old crash.
And I think people realizing that they didn't have that one fast repair anymore than 98. Oh man, 005. 17, 72, 42, 20, 30. I think that's the 38. 32. Goodness.
A lot of meatball flags out there right now for guys that need mandatory damage repaired. Coming down pit lane, trying to get some of it fixed.
Yeah, Connor Leach, Chris Brown, Chuck Kiger.
Earl Evans over there on YouTube with a little update on the race tonight. The actual race that you guys aren't watching. Y'all are watching our race, which is freaking awesome.
It's better.
Kyle
than
Larson picked up the wind, and looks like Bubba Wallace came in second.
Exactly. Who wants to see Larson picking up another win when you can come out here and see the crazy action that we have on track here tonight?
Oh, this is more fun to watch, probably.
Yeah, I was
It is
watching and
nuts.
I have like a whole multimedia setup over here. I have to keep in touch with the spy satellites that
Now who's fancy?
Yeah, I just I pay attention to the news.
What was that song George Jones did? High tech redneck. That's what you are, man. You got the.
Yeah, that's probably similar.
Yeah.
I do have like a antenna I bought at a flea market in South Houston. It's made out of PVC and like some kind of cable. I don't know, but it works real well if you put it on the, up on the roof.
Is that for your ham radio setup or?
No, that's just to keep in touch when it all goes down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, guys talking to each other on the open radio channel we have here, inspecting each other's damage. That's a kind of a neat thing to have. The ability to talk between cars. You remember when they did that in NASCAR? That 1 year, they had like a common channel where you could jump on and talk to other drivers. It wasn't a very good idea.
Yeah, but it could be.
Hey, for some
entertainment.
Here.
Yeah.
And for all you Formula One fans out there, we've got pleasant news. Even though there was no racing here this weekend, you can head on over to YouTube and check out Marbula One, part of Gels Marble Run series, and go check out that race. Oh, it's fantastic. So like the marble races stuff.
No.
Marble race.
Marble,
like on the ramps and the stuff that they run down. Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. No, there's a guy that like makes special tracks and has like a full season and absolutely fantastic. I'll show you guys after the race.
They put a number on the marble and.
Well, they're color. They're all different colors. So you.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I'm confused already.
Jessica Stubblefield out there pulling for Timmy. He's got some work to do out there.
Yeah, I think my presidential platform was falling real flat tonight.
We had 44 likes, so at least you got probably 44 voters, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I hope so.
The Oiler thing might have hurt you, but.
Well, I mean that's a big deal to me.
Well, we know it's a big deal to you. That's why we keep bringing it up.
When the name and the team was stolen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Ridiculous.
You're making it sound like Batman personally took it away from you, man.
But Jeff Fisher, he at least he went to Tennessee and, he continued his career over there at least.
I don't care about that guy. I care about the baby blue and the oil derrick on the helmet. Yeah, they don't deserve it. They never. What do they do? Kind of oil out there? Oh man, here we go.
And here we go indeed. Going to be 9 laps to go now as Seth Hawley and Joe Davids get things started off side by side. The 33 and the 00 right there behind them as well as they make their way down through the tri-oval. Another reminder to folks that this race doesn't end in the tri-oval. There's an extra couple hundred yards of racing that happens here at Talladega, which is why we love this track and why the person leading out of 4 typically doesn't win it. As we go back to the green flag with that 48 Sheriff machine out in front. The 33 giving a big old push to that 66, but the 00 giving a bigger push to that 48. The 33 giving up on that outside lane. Drops on down to the bottom. Side by side we go. The 19, Brandon Coleman, still up there running out strong as well. As here comes that 48 of Seth Hawley trickling on up to that middle lane. That is exactly where he wants to be, as that's where all the runs have been coming from. The 6, with some help from the 8, trying to maybe jump on out, make a third lane, but not quite able to commit to it. I wonder if he's maybe trying to get a little bit more of a run before making a second stab at it here.
Yeah, Dylan Bryant in that number 8 Pepsi machine's been doing some crazy good pushing, as now he looks to the outside here of Joe David. He doesn't have any help currently. It looks like the 60 of Jeremy Stanley on his way to help out.
And getting on up there with a big old push to that 8 machine, but I think it's going to take more than 2. They are starting to slowly move their way forward, but again, he's going to need more help, and it is coming indeed, as here comes that, I believe, who is that? Is that the 76?
76.
No, 78. Yep. Christopher Jordan up there with a good push, and man, behind him, some fantastic driving as well. As you can see, the 42, Kevin Winker, jumping on board up there as well in that Muehlberg custom home machine. The 6 being helped by the 32 and Nick Biddy trying to make his way on up here. No, I think is that the 89 of Adamson? Trying to see. No, it's the 21 of Tom Wilson down there as the 78 gets shuffled on down to the back. Man, it looks like his back end's been hit by one of those parking lot poles you find at the local Walmart or Walgreens or whatever. As we go side by side with 7 laps to go, still Seth Hawley. Oh, we're wrecking in the back. Oh, no.
Dubs wrecking out 005 of AJ Evangelista came on the radio and said, man, that was my bad. Tim trying to get that thing pointed back the right direction.
Is that going to put us on the green white checker?
Not quite.
No, I don't think so.
Not quite. It's going to be close, but not quite. As it looked, man, it just looked like the 005 just maybe snacking that outside wall just a little bit and bouncing right off. And unfortunately, that's how these cars on this track kind of respond to each other. You hit that outside wall, it doesn't really stay up there. It just snaps back down the track on you. And he snaps right back down into that 92, sends him on around.
Oh, man, rutabaga.
What? You can't rutabaga this late?
Yeah, sometimes things happen. I got stuff going on. Sorry, I have to go talk to my constituents. One's knocking on the door.
They're wanting answers.
Man, you ain't kidding us. Let's jump on board here with the 9 to Tommy Walsh, because this is some fantastic slipping right by the incident here. Yoop. Oof. Goodness gracious.
Like we said before, sometimes there's just not enough room to navigate and try to dodge what's happening on the track there. The 005 just bouncing off there and nowhere to go for these guys. Well, everybody should be good on fuel, right? Alan, I don't know if we'll see many people come down for pit stops here unless it's just to top off or get some damage or some aero damage fixed.
No, I agree with you there, Mr. English. Most people coming last, lap 46. We had a couple people come down late in the 50s. They're definitely good. Some people coming down here, lap 60 or so, and otherwise everyone else coming on down. We do have a couple people. Scott Milner, he came in lap 39. That one might be pushing it a little bit, but even he should be good. But, so I don't think we're really going to see any pit stops unless this thing does go into overtime. But even then, I think, that would be literally for a splash of probably like a gallon, no more than that.
I mean, the cautions help you save fuel too. I mean, you're not burning near, what you would be. And I don't know if these guys do it. I know I have an ignition cutout button, so I could just ride the clutch, you know what I mean, and kill my ignition under caution, and then turn the ignition back on immediately. And when I'm ready to restart the engine, I just dump the clutch out and it restarts. And I'll do that as I go around the track, and it does save some fuel. It's hard to save multiple laps here because this track is so big, 2 2/3 miles. So. But it can give you a little bit. We've seen countless races, Alan, where the guy ran out right at the line or right before the line, and it made the difference.
Yeah, man, I don't know what it is about this middle line here, Mr. English, but that's just where the run is. I don't know if it's because these cars feel a little bit more comfortable where that banking is set up or what, but they just seem to, even in the corner, normally, in the corner we'll see that bottom line pick up the speed again, but just that middle line, it just hauls like a freight train.
That, and we haven't seen a lot of aggressive side drafting tonight. That may change here as these guys close in on the end, because you could put your nose on that neighboring car to adjacent to you there and put a ton of freaking air on their spoiler just by being there on their quarter panel. So it doesn't help you go faster, but it definitely slows your opponent down. So we'll see if we see more of that here on this, maybe next to last restart use of the side draft.
Man, this is where we're going to see the anger, the pain.
Hurt
Somebody's
feelings.
going to let the hate flow. That's what I want to see.
Path to the dark side, man. You can't do that. Well, looky here. The 89 of Mike Adamson is going to restart in 7th here. So, in that Hendrick car. Paul Ferdiani finding himself up there starting in the 3rd row. I love where he's sitting. Outside row, 3rd row back, outside column, 3rd row back. Paul Ferdiani's got a pretty good shot if things go wrong up here in the front couple of rows.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all skill here now at this point in time. It's going to be a lot of luck, just timing, and where your friends are.
Well, I'll tell you this. Coming out of turn 4, headed towards the tri-oval, I don't care if you're on my team or not. It's time to be selfish.
Oh,
It's time to
see
do.
that?
It's time to do what it takes. And
I've seen that before.
I'm sorry, man. Turner, you're
Well, it was
getting
like
smacked. Getting
lap
smacked.
10 out of 70, and you just knocked me out of the race in
I
turn
told you
2.
I accidentally overdrove 2. It's easy to do at Pocono. I don't understand why it still burns your ass to talk about it.
Because it's fun. Maybe somebody will have a good memory like that tonight with their teammate.
Well, Tristan Cotton still got the fan club out there. I mean, he is in 17th. He does.
He's got a
have
chance.
A chance if it blows up.
So you're telling me there's anybody on this lead lap has a chance, all the way back to where Justin Lawson is back in 32nd. He even has a chance to pick up a win still here tonight as the pace car peels on off. 3 laps remain as we get ready to go back to this green flag racing here tonight.
That was me, Earl. Earl says somebody opened a beer.
It's never, it's getting serious when Mr. English opens up that beer can. As the 48 getting a big push from the 00, the 25 a big push from the 8 as we go back to green flag racing. The 25 gets launched out in front for the time being, waiting for that freight train to hook up its wheels and start chugging on forward. The 33 Paul Ferdiani trying to make his way up there as well on that secondary line. Up there, kind of in the middle, waiting for that third line to show on up. Not quite there just yet as the 25 and the 8 go side by side. Still trying to make some work here with that 48 and the 00. You can see there the 60 of Jeremy Stanley as well, trying to shuffle on up and through as the field makes their exit out of turn number 4. We got some 3 wide here, kind of towards the back as they're going to come back down through the tri-oval area, and we now have 3 lanes coming up and 2 laps to go.
White knuckle time, Adam. It's getting crowded up here, boy. I do not want to be in the middle of all this junk up here, but one of these guys is going to win this race here in just another lap and a half.
And it's the beat.
Yeah, but it's going to take forever, it's going to seem like. What's going on
beating
there?
and banging. Oh, doors opening, doors are shutting. Goodness gracious, we had somebody get up there into the outside wall, not quite able to cause a caution there, but everyone able to shuffle around as the doors opened and shut. Still 3 wide racing. Out in front, though, is the 48 with a big push by that 00. If this field comes back down and crosses the line, that will be it. No more cautions here tonight. He's getting close. Will they make it? I think they will. So here we go with the final lap of this race here at Talladega as we go nose to tail up at the front with 3 wide of hungry drivers right there behind them. The 42 dropping down low, trying to get that draft off of the 00. We got people wrecking. Oh no, in the mid pack, a big wreck. This is going to take out 3/4 of the field. So we only have about 10 or so drivers as everybody tries to shuffle on through down this back straightaway. The 42, Kevin Winker, trying to sneak past that 60 of Jeremy Stanley. The 8 of Dylan Bryant losing and dropping back, but now coming up on that bottom side, 2 wide, 3 wide, as that 48 of Zetali still being pushed by the 00 of Joe Bennett down and out of turn number 4, heading on into that trioval for the final time. Anybody gonna make one last final ditch effort? It doesn't look like, as the 42 gets hooked on up to the back bumper of the 00, and by a nose it's gonna be the 42 coming in third over the 60 of Jeremy Stanley, but the 48 of Zeth Hawley picks up the win over 00 Joe Bennett.
Close finish there, 600ths of a second. Almost a little bit shy of that, actually. But wow, man, what kudos to Zeth Hawley for hanging on to that first place. We talk all the time about if you're leading out of 4, you ain't gonna win the race. He just did it.
And let's go ahead and take a look back at the incident that basically took out everybody else in this field. Oh man, just a hard push and just is pile driving after that because everyone's racing to get across the line. The one of DW ends up flipping and flopping. Oh my goodness, and it's just like a giant tidal wave of traffic as the people that were wrecked, man, just kept wrecking and wrecking. Oh no, the 92, excuse me, it's Stubblefield getting caught up. The 9, the 72, the 136. Oh my goodness, whole bunch of junked up race cars down there, as the 48 was able to come back down and across the line and pick up the race win.
Not a surprising podium to see here with these 3 talented drivers, and way to capitalize. Zeth Hawley running that Ohio Sheriff's Department car there, honoring those 2 sheriff's deputies on the hood there. Just after last week, police week, and we got LEO honoring race tomorrow. So great timing, great win by Zeth Hawley, getting it done out here on the big track.
Yeah, I think what helped him out there was that crash happened early on in that last lap. So some of the competition was wrecked out behind him. We didn't have that mad dash for the last, 700 yards or so after turn 4. But man, way to hang on. Jeremy Stanley up 32, Skylar Harrod up 36. That's pretty impressive.
Wow.
Man, oh man. And how about that for your Plus EV racing team? 1, 2, and 3 all up there on
Incredible.
On that leaderboard as we kind of get things all kicked on off here and get these drivers interviews started off with tonight's 3rd place finisher, and that's going to be the 42 of Mr. Kevin Winker, shuffling and fighting and grinding his way back after kind of a mid-race incident that took him out for a moment, but finding his way up onto a podium with his fellow Plus EV members. Man, congratulations on the podium finish here in the season opener.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a pretty good, first queen 60 laps or 50, whatever, when I got that big one. And I was like, well, here goes my race. And then I was kind of clawing my way back up and then ducking and weaving and got my way up there. And then that last lap was just crazy. I don't even know what happened. I just know I had a huge run on Joe and Zeth there, and I was going to push them. And then that wreck happened, and then I kind of fell back, so they were pulling away. And then Bryant and I don't know who was on the bottom there came, so I kind of had to block them. And then just kind of fell in line behind third. So, can't ask for much better. A top 3 for Plus EV to kick off the season.
Yeah, man, great finish by the team. You guys rocked it out, man. It was so much fun to watch. A huge car count out there. 42 cars started this thing, and most of them finished it. And how clean it was, considering the large car count, really is a testament to how these guys race here in this NTRL league. And How does it feel to be back in the Gen 6s? You like this car or what?
Oh yeah, I love these cars. These cars are my favorite. I like these more than the trucks. Yeah, these are fun. That you can draft, you can push with them. They're not as like damage wise. If you scrape the wall, you can keep going. I know in the trucks you hit the wall, you're done. So these things have a little more damage leniency, which is nice. And then like I said, the draft is fun in these, and you can really push them. And I think they're overall just the best car platform around. So I really enjoy racing them.
Well, you did a good job tonight. You're over there in your man cave, which is pretty much one of the most awesome ones we've ever seen in iRacing. Good job tonight. Third place. I think you'll take it for the first race of the year. Who would you like to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, it's always good to get yourself kickoff season with a good finish, not in the hole. So that's always a plus. First is always Bruce Muehlberger Custom Homes for coming board sponsoring me and Josh. He's a huge supporter of all of us, so big shout to him. Shout out to Nate Cogdale at Sonic Graphic Design for the killer paint. Shout out to all my teammates on Plus EV. We got a stacked team, I think, this season, so we're gonna be probably bad on a bunch of them for wins this year. But shout out to Joe, Zeth, Josh, Lucas, and Paul for all working together all night. I mean, our teamwork was kind of reminds me of my team, Team America, kind of. So, but yeah, shout out to those guys. Shout out to Derek for putting the league on, and then obviously, I can't forget. Winker Nation, Shauna, Brett, Nicole, Justin, Brand, all those guys. I almost forgot them, but shout out to them guys. Can't thank them guys enough. And then you for broadcasting. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, Kevin, great job out there here tonight, finishing up there in third. Definitely go ahead and go celebrate that one with your team. Great way to get this season all started off here, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
As we move away from the third place finisher, we move up a spot and get to talking to tonight's second place finisher, and that's going to be the original Florida man himself, Mr. Joe Bennett, 00, getting the second place finish out here right behind his teammate Zeth Holly. Man, the second you and Zeth kind of both started breaking free, was there any communication of, man, I'm just going to push you, I ain't going for the win, or what was going on there?
Well, I mean, I owe Zeth from a win. I think it was last season. I owe him. So I was going to push my boy no matter what. What I was really worried about is those guys behind me getting a good run. So I was trying to stay down. I was telling Zeth where to move to so we could give Kevin our draft so he could pull out that third place. And that was the plan, man. I'm just happy to be racing up here with these guys and take the top three, man. It's great. It's awesome.
Well, you guys got Daytona on the docket here for next Sunday. Similar track, but not as wide. A little bit different racing surface. You guys just gonna keep with the strategy here? Just kind of go in and just keep great communication with each other?
Yeah, I mean, we ran top 6 for quite a while. I mean, it was once we all got together in that middle. I mean, nobody could really get a run on us, which I don't think most people were, probably mid-race anyways, people kind of hanging back and stuff. But yeah, I mean, at Daytona, it's a little bit more narrow, so that third line is, oof. So we'll have to be a little bit more careful there, and, but I'm sure we'll work our way up to the front.
Well, you're up front tonight. Second place, up 26. Good job. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
First of all, shout out to all my teammates at Plus EV, man. Them guys, man, I love these guys over here, man. I think we got a good team this year. Shout out to Numb Thumbs, for throwing on these leagues, and Derek and everybody over at Numb Thumbs, and shout out to you guys for broadcasting. And Papa Joe, I think he passed out on me tonight, man. He's not in the chat tonight, so I'll fill him in the morning. I'm sure he'll be a little excited.
And a great run there, though, for the 00 Joe team, indeed, finishing up 26 spots there in second place, man. Congratulations on this fantastic start to this season, man, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. And a man we did interview here tonight, so I guess no curse of the broadcaster for this man, Mr. Zeth Holly, finding himself up there. He started up front. He gets to finish up front. in that number 1 spot, man. Congratulations, Zeth. I know it got hairy there for a minute, but man, once when you and the Plus EV guys took to that middle lane and started working together, it was almost like it was never in doubt.
Oh yeah, like definitely a great way to start off the season. You know, like I couldn't ask for better teammates during for this race. Like even in the next gens or Xfinity, like these guys are like top notch. Like we all work well together, and I wouldn't be in first place if it wasn't for Joe and everybody else pushing me. So I can't thank him enough. Plus Joe paid his debts from Talladega next gens from last season. So
that may have been mentioned. But,
oh, I know. I was listening to him.
Well, great job putting that 48 Chevrolet Camaro up front, especially, this paint honoring a couple of fallen deputies you guys had up there in Ohio. And great, good luck rest of the season. And, Daytona coming up next week. I'm sure the Plus EV team is going to get together and knock out a great strategy. And you guys are really putting on a great show out there here, first race of the season.
Oh yeah, like I said, once we're all lined up together, we communicate so well. We know how each other races. We know when to give people or when to give each other room and when not, and when to shove and when to go. But yeah, again, great way to start the season. Especially tonight, running for Back to Blue for tomorrow. Even though I'm not going to be in it, but it's a great way to honor everybody that's that's served in law enforcement or any other first responder service, especially running my livery tonight. It's representative of the county I work for, and again, we got a great team in the county that I work with, and couldn't ask for better friends. But yeah, we got that W tonight, and looking for more this season.
Yeah, awesome job. Awesome deal with the law enforcement community. Good job representing that. Back to Blue. What a great run. I know it feels good. You're going to go out there and celebrate, but who would you like to give some shout-outs to first?
First of all, we shout out all my teammates, Joe, Josh, Kevin, Lucas, Paul, of course. But we all, like I said, we all work great together and couldn't ask for better teammates. Shout you guys out for doing the broadcast tonight. I love going back and watching everything. Just fun to go back, watch, and see where I can improve, know where I'm at and everything like that. But and finally, thank my department and for all those that serve in law enforcement, all my brothers and sisters. We couldn't run this country without everybody. So to all y'all that may be watching, keep the faith. Keep your head in it. It's a tough job, but we got to do it.
Yeah.
But yep.
Yes, sir, indeed. But you're definitely getting it done here tonight for them. 48 of Zeth Holly starts on the pole and finishes on that top step of this leaderboard, man. Congratulations. Go celebrate it a little bit, just a little bit. I know you got to get to stuff here in the morning, man. But congratulations, Zeth, and good luck the rest of the season here, buddy.
Thank you all, guys. I'll see you all later.
Man, oh man, as that completes our driver interviews here tonight. Boy, what a fantastic race here at Talladega.
It was a blast, man. If the whole season's going to be just like this race, it's going to be a blast. I can't wait to see what these guys do at Daytona next week and Auto Club the following week. And just the whole schedule looks like it's going to be a great time with you guys up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I didn't see anybody really getting angry tonight, but I think it'll start brewing. I think as this season goes along, we might see some fights. Good race overall tonight. Looking forward to next week.
Yes, sirree, indeed. So let's go ahead and do our final field rundown for all y'all out here tonight. And when you hear some of these positions being made up, oh boy, I said a lot. As the number 1 spot goes to the 48 of Zeth Holly, picking up the big win here this evening. 00 Joe Bennett up 26 to finish here in second, but he's not your hard charger of the day. The 42 Kevin Winker up 7 to round out that podium. So great day for the Plus EV Motorsports team. I think most of their team finished up here in the top 10 as well. as we move on down to the 60 of Jeremy Stanley, up 32 spots. And he's not even your hard charger of the day to finish here in 4th. So a great finish there from Jeremy. You also got the 3 of Skylar Herod. He is your hard charger of the day, up 36 spots to finish there inside of that top 5, man. A great run for that 3 machine here tonight. The 21 of Tom Wilson had a solid run as well, up 15 to finish here in 6th. You got the 8 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant. He was up in the mix pretty much all race long and finished just about right there where he started there in 7th. Paul Ferdiani, the Gambler, the 33 machine, up 3 here this evening to finish in 8th. Man, how about this number as well? The 88 of Tate Cawthorn, man. Didn't really hear too much as he was kind of just sitting in the back doing his own thing until it came game time. Up 30 spots to sneak inside of this top 10 there in 9th. With the 6 of Joe David, thought he was going to make some noise here late to maybe possibly pick up the win. Moves up 23 to round out your field's finishing top 10. Man, how about some of those numbers?
Yeah, man, the 88 of Cawthorn talking about in the chat there that he missed the big one, and that's how he made some spots up and was able to finish as well as he did there. But Cubby, Nathan Stanley in the 67, involved in a couple of wrecks here early, still picks up 11th spot here, so still a decent finish for him. 89 of Mike Adamson, up a bunch of spots. He'll finish in 12th. Josh Moore came up from 22nd to finish in 13th in the 18 machine. The 51 of Chris Klein finishes in 14th. 15 will be Dustin Logston in the 38. 25 of Lucas Lyons dropped a couple of spots from where he started, but he still picks up a 16th place. 17th will be Scott Milner in the 31. The 5 of Anthony Williams will finish in 18th, right about where he started there. Brandon Coleman picks up 19th in the 19 machine, and Tim Stubblefield in the 92 with a late wreck there. Still up a few spots from where he started, but definitely a disappointing finish there for the 92. He'll finish in 20th.
78, Christopher Jordan, 21st. Number 9, Thomas Welch, 22nd. Mark Collins in the 23 machine. He ended up 23rd. 136, Chris Brown, 24. 77, Tristan Cotton. He ended up 25th. Justin Lawson, 26th. Robert Edgerton, 27th. Michael Iskandar, 28th. Ben Short in the 15, 29th. Matt Layton in that 72 car. He ended up in 30th. 005 AJ Evangelista ended up 31st. Derek Welch in the 1, 32nd. Josh Kelleher in the 73 ended up 33rd. 329 America's driver Albert Anderson, rough night, 34th. 22 Chuck Kiger, 35th. Connor Leach, 36th. Jesse Holmes, 37th. Ned Presley in the 44 machine, 38th. Nick Biddy in the 32 car, 39th. Larry Dickerson, 40th. Michael Eden, 41st. And the 53 Jeremiah Burke rounds it out, 42 cars strong.
And it's Jed Presley, not Ned Presley. Jed.
Yeah.
Jed, Ned, Bill,
reading is hard
Elvis.
for you. I understand that.
I have glasses on. There's 15,000 names here. I don't know. Sorry, Jed.
Yeah, but either way, a fantastic race here tonight at Talladega. As always, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching. I saw, like 55 people. We were hanging around 50 pretty much all night long. We thank you guys so very much for that. That was absolutely awesome seeing everybody on out there and in the chat there as well. As always, we do ask that you jump on over there and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that way you get alerted every single time that we do go live, as we are live 5 nights a week with some fantastic racing action over here. And if you enjoy it, I know 48 of you have enjoyed it here tonight, be sure to hit that thumbs up button so that way Adam Turner can go shove it in the face of Mark Zuckerberg there himself, and we can continue to do what you guys enjoy, and what we enjoy the most is having a great time with all of y'all. As always, we do have to say a big thank you to the great race sponsors like Gulf Coast Sands out here for this 185 at Talladega. Thank you guys for jumping on board to sponsor tonight's race. Of course, we also have to say a big thank you to the other race sponsors like Davidson Builders out there jumping on board here this season. Be sure to go check them out if you're in that northern New Jersey area, as they do some fantastic building and remodeling needs and all of that. So definitely give Davidson Builders a look up. Big thank you to DEP Graphics as well. Thank you guys so much for jumping on board here again this season. Your sponsorship means the world to the NTRL and us here at AAA Broadcasting. So be sure to go check on out DEP Graphics for your next fantastic paint job. Sim Gear Central as well. Some fantastic prizes being brought to you because of Sim Gear Central. And not only that, but they got some fantastic button boxes over on their website at simgearcentral.com as well. So be sure to go and check them on out. Big thank you to Track Bar Media as well. Some fantastic videos and promos that they put on that we share with you guys. They do fantastic work over there. So be sure to go and check out their page for all your sim and real life racing photography and videography needs. Be sure to check out Track Bar Media. And of course, finally, Martin Sports. Be sure to get some fantastic racewear, jerseys, and whatever have you with all personalized to whatever your name or race team is and all of that kind of stuff. So definitely big thank you to Martin Sports for helping out here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League as well. So with that, we head on down for the evening. We're going to move on over to Auto Club for the season opener for the Back the Blue. I believe it's 180 tomorrow night here with the Numb Thumbs Racing League Next Gen Cup Series. These drivers had a fantastic season last year. Now it's time to kick it off here once again. Definitely stay tuned for that one tomorrow night. Broadcast starting right around 8:10, 8:15 or so. So definitely hope to see you all tuned in back in time for that one. But until tomorrow night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
Let me tell you a story about a man named Jed. A poor race car driver couldn't get his correct name said. Sorry, Adam. We gone.
See ya.